Well, I want to forewarn people. I will touch upon the Sweeney of the Sweeniness of it all. However, I want to focus on Melonie Mac and her hypocrisy. But granted, yeah, like kind of all sides here look pretty silly. So let's get right to it. So initially, I guess, Sydney puts out these ads with American Eagle. Well, we should be blunt. It clearly is showing off her body. I mean, obviously they're advertising the pants, but obviously the attention is to Sydney and her very voluptuous shape. We'll leave it there. And it's dividing the radical left and the radical right. Why? I don't really know. So the radical left, and I have seen these videos. These people are serious, and I don't dislike some of them, but this one feminist in particular is totally sincere that Sydney and American Eagle are pushing eugenics and some totalitarian scheme to purify the bloodstream or whatever. I'm not joking. That is their thinking, that the Eagle ads and Sydney showing off her body is somehow a genetic conspiracy. Sounds pretty dumb and lame. So you think to yourself, okay, it's just some radicals being stupid on Twitter. Who cares? But no, then the radical right jumps in saying, no, it's bad. And you're like, huh? So usually where it goes is if the radical left dislikes some, the radical right will embrace it. So if the radical left dislikes J.K. Rowling, suddenly the radical right is like, yeah, we're going to buy that video game just to get them angry, I guess. So the radical right, in this case, is for the most part rallying to Sweeney, as you'd expect, because the radical left doesn't like the Sweeney. But Melonie Mac, trying to be the extra powerful grifter, is like, no, 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 no. Sydney's not good, guys. Oh, okay. What's the thinking? Because so the radical right is she's the Aryan goddess, and we need to embrace her like Taylor Swift. Remember Taylor Swift? Yeah, for 3 seconds, the neo Nazis were Taylor Swift was their Aryan avatar. Okay, don't know why, but anyway. So now it's Sydney. But Melanie's like, no, no, we should not embrace her. And because, wait for it, and this is where Melonie becomes the subject of the controversy is, oh, she's selling her body. Right. Most performers in Hollywood sell their body. Even if they don't take off their clothes, they're selling their body, right? Like Anthony Hopkins, not world famous for taking off his clothes, but does he sell his body? Yeah, I mean, you sell off everything in Hollywood now: your body, your voice, your image. So what's her point? So apparently, she's not the real conservative that everyone thinks she is. And again, we will jump the shark here because there's a kind of added controversy. I don't think this is really doxing or anything, but apparently someone went into Sydney's voting record, and no shock, she's apparently Republican. Wow, some women in Hollywood just want to keep the money. Shocked. Anyway, so she's a Republican, but Melanie's like, she's not really a conservative because she's selling her body, and that's bad. Okay, so the moralizing from Melonie Mac, who, by the way, dresses in kind of scandalous clothing, and yes, outright, has literally put out photos with her just in a bikini. Literally has put out photos of her posing with leotards and gym shorts, clearly showing off her body. That's okay. So you think to yourself, wait, what's the difference? Well, I guess the difference is technically, she's not being paid to take off her clothes. Okay, I guess. Also, Melanie Mac is of the cloth because she loves, and again, I'm not judging her in this way, just the narrow thing of sharing biblical verses. That's fine. You can do that. That doesn't make you a hypocrite necessarily. Right? The Bible unto itself is an interesting piece of literature. You don't have to be a believer to care about the Bible. However, She goes the whole hog. Is like, guys, I love my Jesus. I love my Bible. And what Sydney's doing is a sin. It is wrong. So we should not embrace her. Now, Melanie has been trying to push this trial balloon for some time, and she's been getting a lot of flack correctly because she does all these videos about the woke and the woke and the woke. The woke goes going crazy about racism here, sexism there, homophobia, and how the audience needs to be corrected, educated, so on and so forth. It's created a big backlash. She's rode the wave of the backlash, made herself a lot of money on YouTube and Twitter, but now some people are suspecting, wait, she's trying to push her own radical right agenda, which they all are doing. So I would defend her there. It's like, yeah, they're all doing it. Like, yeah, the radical right doesn't care about modern movies or cinema or Marvel. It's just a political agenda in the sky. It's pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. But anyway, so her pushing her Bible talk is starting to annoy some of the conservatives, ironically. So they hate the woke for preaching to them, but Melanie hates the woke for not preaching enough or preaching the wrong religion. So now she's like, we need to get back to the Bible talk. We need to get back to that Bible talk right now. And even her conservative friends who usually support her, and again, let's be clear, they were hypocrites and a bunch of monsters and idiots for doing it in the first place. But now even they are like, shut up. You're doing the same thing. You take off your clothes, you sell your body. Who cares? Let Sydney do whatever Sydney does, and you do whatever you do. Let it go. So now Melanie is blocking and denouncing Twitter as a satanic, demonic Elon Musk hosting site. It's like, I can't believe it. Elon doesn't love my Bible. He doesn't want my right-wing woke. I can't believe this. I've been betrayed. Oh, by the way, she's still friendly with the Quartering, who's an outright racist. Oh, there we go. Is that in the Bible? You have to help right-wing grifters? Is that in the Bible? Did I miss a verse or something? And I'll give her due credit. I think she's actually read a little bit of the Bible, but what parts of the Bible has she really read carefully? Because the Bible, spoilers, is filled with tons of sex. There's a lot of graphic material in the Bible. So if her whole thing is like, we need to make everything PG, no more naked women. Oh my God, stop that. Stop it. And she's defending the Bible. I'm like, have you read the Bible carefully? Because, yeah, there's a lot of sex there, too. What are you talking about? Now, you can criticize Sweeney, but criticizing her for taking off her clothes is like, Melonie Mac is in no position to talk about that. That's just silly. And saying, well, I don't think she's a true biblical conservative. I don't think Sydney has ever said she was a biblical conservative. Maybe she's just an economic conservative. She just wants to keep the money and get more tax breaks. Again, I'm more concerned she's in really bad movies like Madame Web. That's just me. But her making money taking off her clothes, okay? As long as the contract is fair, and it appears it's working because American Eagle is struggling, but now they're getting a lot of attention. So it worked. I mean, paid her to take off her clothes. They got attention. That's the market. Not saying the market is right all the time, but problem. I don't get it. And just the final creme de la creme, one of Melanie Mac's heroes. Yeah, that's the other Bible woman. Wait for it. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider. Wait, doesn't Lara Croft take off her clothes? Wait, isn't Angelina Jolie showing off her goodies? Like, yeah, they show off Lara's body all the time. In the video games, in the movies, like, huh? But this is who Melanie promotes. Right, so you're like, wait, that is so confusing. Also, when did Tomb Raider become a biblical mythology? I'm sure they do. Again, I've done research on Tomb Raider. They do touch upon biblical myths and other myths, but I never thought of it like modern Christian Muslim propaganda. It's just a silly adventure fantasy series, loosely based on James Bond, not Jesus Christ. So, does she have a weird esoteric reading of Tomb Raider? It's really about like the apocalypse in John. It's really about Timothy and Matthews, and yeah. Or she's just being silly and stupid. And now that she's getting flack, she's pushing the whole, I'm going to block you. I'm getting off Twitter. Guys, social media is bad. More like you're just being stupid. And you're being called out for being stupid. because you're being stupid. You of all people who loves to parade your body, literally selling your body, clearly selling her body all the time. Now she's moralizing other women do it. Okay, yeah, peak hypocrisy. Peak 100% hypocrisy. 100% hypocrisy.